What a crazy correction yesterday in Bitcoin. But besides that, we saw Ethereum rallying like crazy based on some ETF news. And I will show you today an opportunity that will potentially be one of the last chances where you can catch massive moves on some of the altcoins. Besides that, I'm going to talk, of course, about Bitcoin. If you want to see where we will make now in the next couple of days a lot of money, then make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these money-making videos. And now let's jump directly into today's content here. So something that I want to point out immediately is that Bitcoin is just a fucking strong beast right now. Excuse my language, but it's insane. So we had yesterday here this move to the downside, this big liquidation, and this got more or less immediately bought up again, and now we are back in direction of $37,500. So we are back already for a couple of minutes now at $37,000. And what did I tell you guys for the last 2 days? I told you, watch the small resistance at 37,500. There is some resistance. We could get rejected from there. And that was exactly what we saw happening. We shot a little bit above it, basically to trap everyone that went long. And then they turned it around and liquidated everybody. So I'm also going to show you that chart in a second. So also here on the liquidation levels on the 4-hourly chart, you can clearly see we cleaned up here quite a lot. Also on the lower leverage shorts that had the liquidation levels here at 38,000. There are still some shorts above us, but not so much anymore. So at some point, the price has to turn to the downside to liquidate everybody that is sitting down here, which is absolutely fine. We need sometimes these kind of flushes like that we have seen yesterday to continue to go to the upside, but we need here at some point a proper corrective move to the downside to actually have momentum to continue to go to the upside. So we have seen this over and over in other bull markets. We get some at some point like a 20% pullback, and then we have another 70% move to the upside. So something absolutely normal. We're gonna see that again, and I'm just prepared for that. But for now, what I wanted to show you is here on the VPVR, we are breaking now above this cluster here, where we were yesterday already above. And remember, I told you, afterwards, there is not much resistance anymore. So basically, we touched yesterday almost the next longest bars on the VPVR and got rejected from that area. That was totally expected. That was also something that I had told you in the past, that once we're getting there, I expected rejection from there. And once we are breaking this level, we will go immediately, like within a blink, to $40,000. So, and that's why, hence, we saw a rejection from that level yesterday, because also the bears, they're well aware of, if they don't defend this level, 40K is next, and they don't want that. But we want that a lot. We want that a lot. So you know that meme where you see like a guy and a girlfriend, like what all the guys wish for, and the girlfriend thinks like that we want like threesomes and shit, and the guy only wants like just a totally green parabolic chart. So that is what we want like right now. Yeah, when we are moving on here to the 12-hourly chart, also here we were running into that resistance level that I had pointed out here, $37,405. Like I said, we overshot it a little bit, but we are still well above the symmetrical triangle or the bull flag, whatever you want to call it. If we treat it as a symmetrical triangle, then we are still on trajectory to hit our bullish target here of $39,220. If you want to treat it as a bull flag, we have a technical target of $44,619. So for just me personally, I like to go with the conservative target. If it goes higher, nice. If not, then I'm out at the conservative target. I'm not right now in a Bitcoin position. I will enter a Bitcoin position if we break $37,400 and close at least a 1-hourly or 4-hourly candle above that level. That will be for me the sign to re-enter into a Bitcoin position. Also here on the indicators, some warning signs. So we have here on stochastic RSI, we are about to get a sell signal. The RSI is slightly oversold, not a lot, but the MACD is still bullish. So there is technically still some room to go higher, because you know how I'm working. If you have three things lining up and one is not lining up, you go ahead with the three things that are lining up. And we have two indicators lining up and the price action wants to go higher, so we neglect what the stochastic RSI is telling us. Here on this 4-hourly chart also, the technical target still remains for this ascending triangle of $40,982. Also here we are well on the way to the upside, and we are about to form here another small bull flag. This bull flag, this is what I'm actually going to play, because we're at $37,250, $300 ish. If we close a 1-hourly candle above that, that's where I'm going to enter for my next Bitcoin long position here to the upside, and my stop loss will be here at that low of $36,100, let's say $36,200. There I'm gonna place my stop loss. And you can see here we are about to move here higher. The stochastic here is about to give a buy signal, and also the RSI is going sideways. So that tells me that there is definitely some room to go here to the upside, and that we potentially see a break out of that bull flag, potentially even today. I can imagine it can happen today. Here on the weekly chart, I really only want to talk about this quickly. I just told you guys that I had told you like a day or two ago, pay fucking attention to that level here. And look what happened. We got exactly from there rejected for now. Now we are trying to break back into it, which is obviously nice. If we can close a weekly candle above $38,100, then we will see next week a candle going to 40K. And I think from there, we're going to see then the pullback actually happening back to the downside to like $35,000, $36,000 in that kind of vicinity. Now we're going to move on to the juicy part, to the coins, to the altcoins that are going to outperform Bitcoin and also Ethereum. I'm going to tell you these coins, you want to have them and you want to trade them, and I'm actually in some of these coins already. And before we move on, don't forget, most of these coins you can trade on BYBIT. If you sign up with my link, you still get $30,000 absolutely for free if you use this specific link. And also on BITGET, you still get $30,000 plus 20% on your initial deposit if you use this specific link. And if you have one of these accounts already registered under my link and at least $250 in your account, go below and join my Discord. There I share a lot of trades that I'm not sharing here on the channel, only for the people on the Discord. And the only requirement is that you have one of these accounts or a Phemex account and at least $250 in there. Click the link for joining the Discord. So now let's get into it. So the Bitcoin dominance is bouncing here a little bit to the upside right now. Yesterday we saw a nice drop. That's why most of the altcoins were exploding. I still believe that we're going to break here in the short term the 52% level. I'm not saying that we're going to stay under it. I think if we see Bitcoin moving to $40,000, then we're going to come back above it and then rally to 54 or even to 57% in the dominance. But then we're going to see a massive rejection to the downside, and hence, we're going to see an explosion in most of the altcoins. When we're moving on to the total market cap, we have finally broken a really important resistance, and that's why you see a lot of altcoins waking up right now. And that was the resistance coming in from $1.28 trillion to $1.345 trillion. So I can actually change that here now into support. It should act now as support. And the next major level from where we're going to see a real altcoin season happening is the $1.56 trillion to $1.624 trillion level. So you see here in between, there's not much resistance. We could snap like another $14 billion to the upside before we see here any major resistance on the total market cap, because there is just none. So the next, it's like 11 to 14 billion, 114, is it? 110 to 140 billion dollars in market cap growth before we see any resistance. So this can also just snap to the upside, and a lot of altcoins will continue to explode. So now I also want to talk quick about Ethereum. Ethereum has reached our target here of $2,083 approximately. So congratulations to everyone that took actually that trade here that I had given you here. I think like a week ago or so. It's a little bit, it's a while when I gave you that trade. But if you would have taken it, we have reached the target, and we are now here at a major resistance at $2,140 for Ethereum. Once we are breaking that, Ethereum will snap within a blink here to $2,600. I'm gonna show you tomorrow a more detailed Ethereum chart. I don't know where my other chart ended up. I was on a phone call earlier for quite a while, longer than I expected, and that basically prevented me to pull up the proper chart, because this is also a new computer that I have. So hence why I don't have a proper Ethereum chart, but I'm going to show it tomorrow to you. But here comes now the really interesting part. On Ethereum are a lot of coins built as a second layer solution, and when Ethereum is running, these coins are outperforming Ethereum, and normally Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, hence these coins also gonna outperform Bitcoin and Ethereum together. And that's why I wanted to show you these coins, because some of them have not moved substantially yet. They have moved a little bit, but not substantially, so you can still take advantage of them and trade them either on BitGet or on BYBIT. So, and one of these coins is OMG. So OMG here on the daily chart, as you can see, was yesterday breaking out here to the upside and went here to like 67 cents. And then I had here this massive rejection candle and got supported then from the 62 cent level, and bounce off from that now to the upside. When we go into a lower time frame, you want to make sure that there's now a lot of confirmation around that level, so that you can enter from there for the higher targets that I see here on OMG. So, and for that you go, for example, to a 1 hourly chart, but here all the indicators are telling me there's still a little bit more downside. Okay, go to a 30 minutes chart, more downside. 50 minutes chart, more downside. What does that tell me? That tells me that you will get an opportunity to get in at 62 cents or slightly below. Anything below 62 cents is for me a massive buy to open a position, because I know that once Ethereum starts running again, or Ethereum goes just sideways, that these layer 2 coins going to pump to the upside. So, and here I think OMG can have an OMG candle from 62 cents to like $1, which will be 62%. We have seen that in the past, that these coins run like crazy, and this can happen even in a day. OMG pulled this before to have a candle like this in a day, if not then like maybe 3-4 days to reach a target like that. OMG is normally a really crazy runner once it's running, and that's why I believe this will run hard once it starts running again. So a major resistance level before it can run really hard is here 72 cents. So we have first to get there, and that would be already a 16% move to the upside. From there, we're gonna reassess the situation. Do we see a rejection from that, and then we come back and go higher, or break we through it, turn it into support, and then continue higher? So that is something that we have to keep watching. What I wanted to also point out, all these charts that I'm showing you, I put them in my Discord, and I'm gonna update you on a regular base on these charts. So on Discord, you will have more or less me tracking these charts live and to update you on what I'm actually doing. That's why you should make sure that you are part of the Discord. So then let's move on to the next coin. The next layer 2 is Metis. Also Metis is already running quite a bit. So only today, I did not check this before, but only today, Metis was up already 11%. And let's say over the last, let's say so within a week, it moved already 50%. So that is crazy. So and I believe here, once also here this level is flipped, this support resistance level, you see it was here support, was here support, then it turned into resistance, tried again with a fake out to turn into support, but got rejected, and now we are touching it again. For now we got rejected, but once we are breaking it, we will see also a really quick move here to the upside. At least in the first take profit zone around $24, then $30-ish and $34. So wait for that break here of that resistance line at $20.65, and then you can make it quite quickly another 15%, and the highest target will be here 63%. So I will long all of these coins that I'm showing you guys, because I think they're gonna run really, really hard. So you definitely want to make sure to be in there. Here on the indicators, we are quite high already, so we could see first a smaller pullback. If we pull back to like $18, that is for me a major buy, if we're not breaking the resistance first. So these are the two levels that I'm actually watching here. On the shorter time frames, I think there was still room to the upside. Like I said, a pullback to like $18.40, that will be like a good entry level for me to trade this then to the upside. The next one is celernetwork. Celernetwork is on the daily with the indicators already cooling down, and here around a cent 0.4 is a good entry level for me. If it gets lower to like 1 cent 38, also there I would be adding to my position, because also Celer has the uncanny ability to run really hard, really fast. And then the first target that I will be targeting from here will be almost 2 cents, close to 2 cents, will be roughly 40% to the upside. That will be my first initial target here. So you can make the case that we are forming here something like a falling wedge, something like this. If I go to a lower time frame, I can make this a little bit more visible. It looked on the higher time frame like a falling wedge, but here not so much. This looks more like a parallel channel with a fake out here to the upside, in my opinion. And on the 4-hourly here, we could see a little bit more downside. So yeah, most likely I'm going to open a position at 1 cent 38. If we see here another touch of 1 cent free, also there I will be adding to my position and trade this then to the upside. Then ZRX is already moving like crazy over the last couple of days. Actually, if you would have yesterday had a lot of positions, limit orders set around here, my mint green boxes, many of them have hit them yesterday. So I should have had some limit orders down there, but I literally forgot to do it, you know. So, and I was not expecting that we're actually gonna touch these levels again with the flush yesterday. So, but here we are around my entry level. Here I would only wait that we're staying above this downward sloping resistance line. I want to see that ZRX stays above that resistance line. If you want to open a position, I'm already in a position, so I don't need another position. And then my immediate target will be 30 cents 49. But for that we need to break first 29.52 cents. That is the level that bears are defending right now on ZRX, because they know we are just 1% more or less away than from 30 cents and potential even higher targets. So that's why we have to watch that level. So this is now a really strong resistance for ZRX before it can snap to over 30 cents. But here on the indicators on the daily, we have almost cooled down completely. We could see here a little bit, yeah, not much. It will not pull back a lot more. Like I said, I would enter, if you're not in a ZRX position already, above that downward sloping resistance line. Matic also really strong runner since yesterday. And look at this. So for the last 7 days, it was just going up, parabolic, insane. So here on Matic, you can also see a potential pullback to like 77 cents. There I would enter, and then we can target $1.24. I think that can also happen quite quickly. Once we have grabbed some liquidity down here at 77 cents, then we're gonna see here a move within a couple of days. Here's a 61% move. I think that will be at some point over the weekend or next week be happening, that we kind of see that at some point. So also Matic, really good right now. Just wait for the pullback to enter a position. I will not enter now. I will enter at 70 cents or if it drops a little bit lower, then I would average down into my position. GMX is another one, also a real beast, also still upside momentum to be seen here, not only on the indicators. So here on GMX, I would wait for a 1 hourly close above $53 and 35 cents. That's where you want to enter. So it has to move like almost 2% to the upside before I would consider entering this. Just wait for it. If it's happening, it's fine. If not, then we enter at around $49, what is it, 84. That will be then the other entry level if we pull back a little bit more. So you either wait for a break within 1 hourly close above this level here, or we enter after we have pulled back to this level here. These are the two entries. And then I think we're going to see also here in a matter of days, really quickly, something like 65 or even 71. Yeah, I think 71 will be the first major next resistance level for GMX here. Yeah, almost $72. That's where we are going really, really quickly, in my opinion. Because when you look at it, I think that was close to the highs. Yes. So you see here, this whole high area was supported by the $72 area. So here you see it. So every time when we were at $72 and we spiked to the upside into highs, we came back to test it as support, spiked back up, came back down, spiked back up, came back down, and then we broke. So that's why it's a key level area. Once we are, so that's why I believe that is the most likely area to be targeted right now. Then dydx, also major runner today. I was lucky enough to catch it yesterday at like $2.50 something, I think, is when I opened it. We are supported here by that green support area. That support area, you can see here, was also formerly support, was here support, here we wick to the downside, here all the time support, here turned into resistance, then we tried to break above it, and now we have flipped it again into support, as we can see. So I expect here a really quick move into the resistance of around $3 over the next couple hours, hence why I'm in a position. If you're not in a position yet, wait for a break here above $2.73. There is a resistance level that I just spotted. So you want to make sure that we are at least with 1 hourly close above that level. And if we pull back, then you can enter at like $2.45-ish. So, but here from the indicators, everything points to that we are continue to move here to the upside. There's still a lot of upwards momentum. And I think also on the shorter time frames, we can see that 4 hourly we get rejected. 1 hourly almost bottomed out. So yeah, you might get $2.50-ish. If you get $2.50, set a limit order for $2.50. If you get it, consider yourself lucky, because from there we're gonna go really quick to $3. Then arbitrum also strong mover right now. We are getting supported here from $1.10 from that area, and also here I believe we're gonna see another spike to the upside once we are claiming here that support and resistance flip level at $1.18-ish. Once we are above that level, we're going to see another 23% move to $1.45 approximately, also here really, really quickly. But you have to remember, all of these moves, they are dependent on Ethereum going up, or after Ethereum went up, going sideways, not down. Only if Ethereum does that, only then we're going to see all these moves. You know, I don't want that you come to me and said, Alex said everything goes up like crazy, and then we actually move to the downside. No, it depends on Ethereum. Only if Ethereum is moving to the upside, we're going to actually see these coins exploding. So that I wanted to point that out here before you kind of come with the pitchfork after me if it's not happening. Then here, optimism also crazy run today after that massive drop to the downside yesterday. And that was one of the coins, if you would have had a limit order down here, you would have actually caught it, which is crazy. So we went all the way back into that massive support area. So here you can see a pullback to like $1.60 $1.60-ish. If you're lucky, you get it there. I'm not convinced that it will get there because we get supported more or less from $1.66 right now. We tapped into $1.77 into the first major take profit zone here of my long-term targets. I'm in an up position right now. I also still have my take profit point at $1.88 because that is again a major level here from the past where we had the all-time high for optimism. I think we're going to see here a rejection when we get there, and that's why I have my take profit point set at that specific level. I think when we go in the lower time frames, they are more or less reset already. Yeah, the hourly has already reset. Reclaim $1.68. There would be my other entry to trade this to $1.88. Or you wait that it goes to $1.60 if we get there. Then the last coin is Immutable X that I want to talk about. So Immutable X has hit all the targets that I had given like 2 weeks ago. But the funny thing is on the daily, it's still bullish. It still wants to go higher, which is crazy. It still wants to move here higher. So and that's why I have to mark out some new levels for it. And the next one will be potentially here, $1.24. So like almost 23% to the upside. Then $1.34. And then the highs. So then I would be targeting the highs at $1.55 approximately. So if you would enter this at the next support level, which is here at like 99 cents-ish, that is another 57% move to the upside. And you have to look at this here. Immutable X was moving quite quickly over the last couple 7 days here. With the last week, it went up almost 70% 7 days, which is insane. So if you would have listened to me, you could have caught here a 50% move in like 6 days. So even on spot, it would have been enough to catch that, you know. So 50% on spot is insane. On leverage, 5x leverage, 250% in like 5 days on that position. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have all these coins in your portfolio right now, because I'm going to tell you they're going to move 30, 40, 50, 70% over the next couple of days. And if you add all these percentages together, you get like, how many coins did I show you? 8, 9 coins. You get like almost to 400% accumulated profit across all these coins, hence the thumbnail plus 300%. Guys, let me know in the comments below which coins of them you want to trade, and if you trade them with leverage or not, and also where you're going to trade them. I really would like to know that. Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, guys, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again with some more profits tomorrow.